The reason why ULI is so important is that they have been around the country. They've been to places like Sacramento. Sacramento is special. I don't want to be like any other place. I don't want to be Austin. I don't want to be Portland. This is Sacramento, and we could do it our own way. And you look at the richness of what we have in South Sacramento, along Stockton Boulevard, for instance, and the ethnic delights that have occurred there with the Vietnamese, the Hispanic neighborhoods. We should be able to get to them easily. And that's really part of what we'd like to see in South Sacramento, be able to see the connectivity.
We really wanted to bring the Urban Land Institute to Sacramento because they are national experts in community revitalization around transit stations. The thing that really got our attention for Florin and Meadowview light rail stations is that Regional Transit itself, RT, owns land on both of those stations. It was great that they were involved. They sponsored the panel, and I think they're really taking the panel recommendations very seriously. So the panel comes in and says, my gosh, you have such opportunity here. You know, the sky's the limit. If you get the community involved, you can really build something today that will be a pride of the community for years to come. That inspiration and the roadmap that ULI has given us through this panel is, I think it's a critical path forward for the future of those two stations. And it's reinforcing, I think, for the local community that they can actually get high quality development that can bring jobs and healthcare and new housing to Florin and Meadowview.
There's a definite feeling as you talk to the residents and people who work and are very familiar with the area that the area has had things done to it as opposed to with it. So there was a real concern that we would make sure we were careful to really understand what the community interests and needs were, separate from what the marketplace might want to do, given an opportunity to develop inside of the community.
This panel was particularly interesting to me because the neighborhoods that we were looking at are very diverse neighborhoods. Unlike Pittsburgh, where it's relatively, African-American residents and their white counterparts, this is actually a more diverse neighborhood, including people from various Asian backgrounds, Hispanic, Latino, and so that's something that I don't work with too often, so it was really exciting to get a chance to actually delve into the cultural aspects that I don't ordinarily see in Pittsburgh.
As part of the 10-Minute Walk campaign, we were excited that Mayor Steinberg signed on and is committed to ensure that all Sacramento residents have a park within a 10-minute walk of their house or home. As such, in looking at the study area this week, we're excited that there's so many great possibilities for parks, trailways, and transit connections within the residents that are currently not being served by a park.
I really feel that when we have a federal investment, we should maximize the use of it. And we have transit-oriented development, which we felt we had stations along the way. We can encourage development not only of housing, but of businesses and anchor institutions there that will feed out into the neighborhoods of South Sacramento. I hope as a result of this study, and I think there's quite a lot of excitement around it because it really is a study that lays out a plan, not imposed upon us, but actually listening to the people who really care the most in those neighborhoods. And to understand that they can get involved in this to see what they would like to see happen here. So when we have some investment coming in, we can actually say, this is what we have here, this is what we'd like to see here, so join us. And I think that is the important aspect of what ULI has done, and I hope will be the starting point for what we're going to be doing in South Sacramento.